the evolution and impact of Godzilla, the king of monsters. Ever wondered how a giant atomic-breathing lizard became one of the most iconic figures in pop culture? That's right, we're talking about Godzilla, the king of monsters. Today we're taking a journey through time to explore Godzilla's origins, his evolution over the decades, and how this colossal creature left a massive footprint on global culture. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and let's dive into the monstrous world of Godzilla, the birth of Godzilla. Let's rewind the clock to the 1950s. Post-World War II, Japan was a time of rebuilding and reflection. The scars of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were still fresh, and the nation was grappling with the realities of nuclear power. In 1954, the world was introduced to Gojira, later known as Godzilla, in a film that was more than just a monster flick. It was a powerful metaphor. The inspiration? The Daigo Fukuryu Maru, a Japanese fishing boat exposed to nuclear fallout from U.S. hydrogen bomb tests. This event stirred public outcry and fear about nuclear weapons. Enter director Ishiro Honda and producer Tomoyuki Tanaka, the masterminds behind Godzilla. They envisioned a creature that embodied the horrors of nuclear destruction, a force of nature awakened and enraged by human recklessness. The original film was a somber, haunting tale, using Godzilla as a symbol of the devastation that nuclear weapons could unleash. Godzilla's evolution through cinema eras. Now, Godzilla didn't stay the same over the years. Just like any superstar, he went through some phases. During the Showa era, 1954 to 1975, Godzilla transformed from a terrifying destroyer to a kind of anti-hero, and eventually a defender of Earth. In films like Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster, and Destroy All Monsters, he battled other giant creatures, protecting humanity from even greater threats. Kids started loving him, and he became a pop culture hero. Heisei era, 1984 to 1995. Fast forward to the 80s, and things got dark again. The Heisei era rebooted Godzilla with the return of Godzilla in 1984, ignoring the lighter tones of the previous decades. The films focused on intense battles and deeper storylines, with advanced special effects bringing Godzilla to life like never before. The big guy was back to his destructive roots. Millennium era, 1999 to 2004. The Millennium era shook things up by treating each film as a standalone story. This allowed for fresh takes on Godzilla's character and his origins. Movies like Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla Final Wars offered new perspectives and even bigger monster showdowns. Final Wars was like a greatest hits album, a culmination of Godzilla's battles against classic foes in an all-out action spectacle. Reiwa era, 2016 present. Enter the Reiwa era with Shin Godzilla in 2016. This film reimagined Godzilla for the modern age, focusing on government bureaucracy and disaster response, a nod to real-life events like the 2011 Fukushima disaster. The creature design was more horrifying than ever, emphasizing mutation and the unknown. This era also saw Godzilla stepping into the animated world with the Netflix trilogy, Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, City on the Edge of Battle, and The Planet Eater. These films explored sci-fi themes, taking Godzilla into space and the distant future. Hollywood adaptations. We can't forget Hollywood's take on the King of Monsters. The 1998 Godzilla film, directed by Roland Emmerich, took some creative liberties, and it was controversial among fans. The design and storyline deviated significantly from the original. Then came Legendary Pictures' Monsterverse, kicking off with Godzilla in 2014. This series brought us Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, creating an interconnected universe of giant monsters. Cultural impact of Godzilla. So how did a giant lizard from Japan become a worldwide phenomenon? Godzilla introduced the world to the kaiju genre, giant monster films influencing countless movies and TV shows. His roar, his design, his sheer presence have become synonymous with the word monster. Godzilla in merchandise and media. From toys and collectibles to video games, Godzilla is everywhere. He's been featured in comic books, including crossovers with the Avengers and other superheroes. Imagine Godzilla teaming up with, or fighting against, your favorite characters. Godzilla as a symbol. Beyond entertainment, Godzilla represents deeper themes. He started as a symbol of nuclear devastation, but evolved to embody environmental concerns and the consequences of humanity's actions against nature. Each generation interprets Godzilla differently, which is why he remains relevant. Behind the scenes, making of Godzilla. Ever wondered how they brought this colossal creature to life on screen? In the early days, they used suitmation, an actor in a suit stomping through miniature sets. It required incredible craftsmanship and physical endurance. As technology advanced, so did the effects. The shift to CGI and motion capture allowed for more realistic portrayals of Godzilla. Music and sound design. The sound of Godzilla is just as iconic as his look. Composer Akira Ifukube created a score that's instantly recognizable. Fun fact, Godzilla's roar was made by rubbing a resin-covered glove along the strings of a double bass and then slowing down the playback. Challenges in filmmaking. Maintaining the balance between honoring tradition and innovation has always been a challenge. Filmmakers strive to keep the essence of Godzilla while making him appealing to new audiences. They also consider cultural differences when releasing films internationally, ensuring themes resonate with viewers worldwide. Themes and symbolism in Godzilla films. Godzilla movies aren't just about a giant monster wrecking cities, they carry weighty themes. The original Godzilla was born from nuclear fear. The films often reflect the anxieties of their times, reminding us of the destructive potential of nuclear weapons. Environmentalism and natural disasters. Later movies highlight environmental issues like pollution and climate change. Godzilla sometimes acts as nature's response to humanity's mistreatment of the planet. Human versus nature, a recurring conflict. At its core, the series explores the tension between human advancement and the raw power of nature. It's a humbling reminder that some forces are beyond our control. Evolution of Godzilla's character traits. Godzilla himself has evolved from a symbol of fear to a protector and sometimes an anti-hero. This evolution mirrors our changing relationship with the themes he represents, fandom and community. Let's talk about you, the fans. Godzilla has a massive fan base spanning the globe. There are conventions like G-Fest, where fans gather to celebrate all things Godzilla and kaiju. It's a place to share passions, fan creations and tributes. Fans are incredibly creative, making fan films, artwork, and even music inspired by Godzilla. Online communities buzz with discussions, theories, and appreciation for the King of Monsters. Godzilla in education and academic studies. Believe it or not, Godzilla has found his way into academic circles. Scholars study the films for their commentary on societal issues, making Godzilla a subject in cultural and film studies. The future of Godzilla. So what's next for our favorite giant monster? There are always rumors about new movies and projects. With the success of recent films, it's a safe bet that Godzilla will return to the big screen soon. Godzilla's role in modern cinema. Godzilla continues to adapt, tackling contemporary issues like technology and environmental crises. As filmmakers find new stories to tell, Godzilla remains a versatile symbol. Hopes and expectations from fans. Fans hope to see fresh takes while respecting the legacy. We want epic battles, emotional stories, and that unmistakable roar echoing in theaters. What's on your wish list for future Godzilla movies? From his origins in post-war Japan to his status as a global icon, Godzilla has truly earned his title as the King of Monsters. Personally, I've always been fascinated by how Godzilla reflects our fears and hopes over the decades. He's more than just a monster. He's a mirror held up to society. What do you think about Godzilla's evolution? Do you have a favorite era or movie? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into iconic characters and their impact on our world. Until next time, keep embracing the awesome.